A few weeks back, after we did our Ninja live stream, I was contacted by my good friend Dale Dorsey, who alerted me to the fact that Articulated Icons from the Fwoosh was doing something called the Feudal Ninja Series, or the Feudal Series, and their action figures included ninjas. That was sort of their springboard jumping off point. And I had never heard of them before, but I was really excited because, when we were kids in the 80s, all of the ninja action figures, for the most part, were very specialized. It was like, this is Storm Shadow, and this is Super Ninja, and these are the Super Ninja's minions for Chuck Norris, and this is White Dragon, and this is Black Dragon. And while those were cool because they were ninjas, they weren't that generic, ninja fodder ninja figure. Sho Kosugi in his movies was just in the black outfit, with the standard ninja weapons. And certain ninjas who were high profile, we never got an action figure of. So, for example, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, we never got an action figure of him that I know of in the 80s. So unless you're talking the one figure from Remco's Secret of the Ninja, there weren't cool 80s ninja action figures. And even the ones that they did make that I just mentioned, aside from Storm Shadow, they weren't very posable. And you really want a ninja to be posable. So I thought, well, Dale's just told me about these figures. I should check them out. And so I went online and I found them, and I was immediately struck at how cool looking they were. And I thought, well, I better snag a few of these before they're sold out. So I purchased them. I wanted to get 3. I wanted to get one that would depict Storm Shadow, one that could be my Sho Kosugi in black here in the middle, and then one that could be my arcade-style Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden on the far right. And I got to tell you, I'm really pleased with them. I mean, they look great. They're very posable. And they come with just a ton of accessories. I think, the pluses of these figures, even though they're modern, is that they fulfill a vacuum for Gen X adults who were kids during the 80s ninja craze. You can tell that Gen Xers probably kicked off this series just to get the ninja action figures we always wanted. As with everything, there are some pros with these and there are some cons. The pros, definitely the presentation. It comes in a generic white box, so the focus is on the figure. They didn't, go crazy with the packaging, which I think is nice. And that also means that you probably get more for your dollar with these because of the sheer number of accessories they come with. They also come with these beautiful Japanese roof display stands with multiple pegs for different posing abilities, and these stands all connect together. So I bought 3 figures. That means the 3 roof pieces connect together, and they have wall hangers on the back, so you can actually hang them on your walls, which is really, really cool. I'm going to be doing that as soon as I find a decent place to display them with my Kosugi Ninjato. The accessories that they come with are immense. I mean, they come with bow and arrow. They come with 3 different heads. They come with a kama, a throwing dagger, a sai, 3 different ninja throwing stars. They come with their scarf that sort of wraps around their neck as if their hood is down. They come with this demonic ninja mask. They come with the bow staff. They come with a large spear weapon. And then they come with multiple hands, so you can get all different types of expressions from their hands alone, which is really important when you're trying to figure out how to display them. They also come with 2 swords with customizable scabbards so that you can just have 1 scabbard or 2. I mean, they're just really versatile figures. And then you can get an additional accessory pack that comes with bare arms and shorter wrist gauntlets. So you can actually swap out the arms like I did for the white ninja so that you can get the bare armed look. So this is kind of like my simulated Storm Shadow. And he came with these, he came standard with these fully sleeved arms, which made him look more like Franco Nero from the opening of Enter the Ninja. Now, the posability is extremely good. I mean, it's some of the best posing I've ever seen with double jointed knees and elbows and great range of motion. The problem with that, of course, is that they're not really playable in that sense because I think that these joints are going to loosen up a lot over time. I think they're going to become, real loosey-goosey type things if they were played with, as a child would play with them. But for an adult that just wants to display them, it gives you great range of motion. So if you ever get bored with the pose you set up for the ninja, you can configure him in a completely different fashion, and the action figure stays fresh, which is really nice. I've got these guys kind of in their signature poses right now for the characters that I'm envisioning in my mind. So I've got, Storm Shadow with 2 swords, and I've got my Sho Kosugi ninja stand-in with just the 1 short blade, and then I've got my Ryu Hayabusa stand-in doing the pose he does in the arcade game, where one hand is always on his sword, and the other hand is getting ready to, run forward and, kick someone in the face. That's kind of the way that I've displayed them, and I doubt I'm going to change that very much. So I don't think these joints are going to loosen up too terribly over time. Now, one of the things I will say is that the interchangeable ball joints for the hands and wrists, they're really, really weak. So not weak in the sense that they'll break, weak in the sense that the hands like to pop off a lot, which is why it's really not a usable figure for toying around with in that sense, because your hands are just going to start popping off like they did on my blue ninja. You really just kind of lightly clip them onto the ball joint and then pick your pose and then let it be there, because the wrist ball joints they don't hold on to the hands very well. I mean, it's too bad, but that's one of the cons of this Articulated Icons series. Now, the other con of this series is the price. These are very expensive figures for what you get, compared to, say, other 6-inch hyper-articulated figures like, obviously, Hasbro's Black Series and DC Universe and things like that, or DC Multiverse, whatever they're calling it. They're made at a much higher volume. Therefore, they're delivering, it's, what do you call that? It's cheaper because they're making more of them. However, you do get a lot for your money with this that you wouldn't get with those other lines. You're getting all those weapons, all those different heads, all those different hands. So it does kind of make up for it. You're getting a lot in one package, but it makes it hard to collect multiples. Now, they do have basic ninjas. These 3 are the deluxe ninjas. So each one of these is it costs more. The basic ninjas for the black ninja and the red ninja, they're less expensive. However, the odd thing that the Fwoosh Articulated Icons decided to do with those basic ninjas is they basically gave them like zombie eyes on all the heads. So their heads have these like glowing yellow eyes that come out of the masks, which is really bizarre. And I didn't want that. I wanted actual human eyes coming out of the masks. So I had to get the deluxe ninjas. I was never going to use a lot of these heads. That's another disadvantage to these figures, is that they come with a lot of stuff that I'm probably never going to display them with. Like this demonic mask. I mean, I guess if I painted it silver and put it on the a second black ninja, maybe I could make him look like the dude at the end of Revenge of the Ninja that tries to kill Sho Kosugi. I guess I'm not going to do that. The Ninja Master head, it's cool. It's well sculpted. Am I going to use it? No, probably not. I'm just going to leave it in the box. They come with a more modern tactical ninja head, which one could argue is more Storm Shadow-like. But I'm not going to use that either, because I like that double-wrapped mask look that's more traditional. And then the weird weapons, when I say weird weapons, I mean they're the more non-traditional ninja weapons. I know that Donatello made the bow staff famous, but it's not something that your stereotypical ninja is often seen carrying. That is kind of a letdown, because there were some other weapons that I would have loved to have seen them put in there that they didn't. And I would hope that maybe they're considering doing an 80s ninja weapons pack to go with these guys. I'd love to see, as anachronistic as it is, I would love to see nunchucks for the ninja figures. I would love to see an 80s ninja toe, like an actual straight-bladed, short-bladed, square-subed, ninja toe with the big long handle on it. Because all of these, it seems like the Articulated Icon series is erring toward the side of trying to be historically credible as much as it can, which I respect a lot, but it would be fun to have kind of some kitschy options as well, since clearly all of this is based on the love of the ninja as a concept. And the colors that they've picked, red, white, black, and blue, are definitely in that 80s family. You know, those are the colors we saw most often in the 80s. The blue ninja is a Fwoosh exclusive, actually. So somebody knew that one would be popular because of Ninja Gaiden. And that's probably why they ended up making a generic blue ninja. And notice they gave him sleeveless arms from the get-go. Like, you didn't have to get full-sleeved, blue-sleeved arms with him. He came with bare arms, which is what Ryu Hayabusa looks like in Ninja Gaiden. So behind the scenes at Articulated Icons, they know what they're doing. I couldn't be happier with these figures. It's because I bought them to display because I'm not, 7 anymore. And I like the fact that, we're going to be able to display them on the wall. And the fact that I can change up their poses very effectively. They're not just looking good in one pose. I can get them looking good in a ton of poses. They're a great upgrade from my generic Secret of the Ninja figure from 1984, who really can only do one thing, which is hold his sword and kind of sit there. These guys really look sharp, and I love the fact that they're in a nice grouping now. So I kind of have my unspoken ultimate ninja heroes all together down here in the studio. Really got to give props to Articulated Icons for that. I hope they will come out with more accessory packs in the future so I can 80s them up even more with, the better weapons. When I say better, I mean the more 80s, iconic weapons of the ninja films, things like that. But overall, I couldn't be happier. Price is an issue, definitely. I mean, these are not $19.99. They're much more expensive than that, unfortunately. The weakness of some of the ball joints to hold the hands on the wrists, that is a problem when you're even just trying to pose them because those hands kind of keep popping off. So I wish they had, perfected that a little better. But once they're on there and you're not touching them, they hold on just fine. They're not loose or anything like that. They just pop off real easily because those hands are sort of rubbery so that they can accommodate the weapons. I do wish that there was a little bit more detail put into certain things, like, for example, the bow. The bow doesn't have a string. Seems like an oversight at this scale because it looks a little weird to just have this bow in his hand. And then he only comes with a single arrow, but you can't really do much with the arrow because the bow doesn't have a string. So the arrow just has to sit in the space in the quiver. But overall, these are the best ninjas that have ever come out as action figures. And I'm really glad that the Fwoosh did them because I'm very happy with the end result. And I can't wait to get these on my wall. So hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's modern, but sometimes I like to call out some modern toys that have really made an impact on me. And I'm going to be doing more of these sporadically in the future. I think I've done a few already, Jurassic Park, and I think I did something else. Can't remember what it is. But thanks for watching this, and we will see you on the next video.